firm thighs. It's a shame you two don't get along.
Yes, I know. Things used to be different. I remember when we first met. It was during the war.
Flashback.
I was in the Air Force stationed in Drambuie, off the Barbary coast. I used to hang out at the Magumba Bar. It was a rough place. The seediest dive on the wharf. Populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It's worse than Detroit. The mood in the place was downright ugly. You wouldn't walk in there unless you knew how to use your fists. You could count on a fight breaking out almost every night.
Fight between two women break out, chairs are crashing. Saturday Night Fever music starts playing with the jukebox. Oh, that's you. Sorry. Is that you? Saturday Night music player starts to play with the jukebox. Is clobbered. There you go.
I didn't go there that night to fall in love. I just dropped in for a couple of drinks. But suddenly there she was. I was captivated, entranced. It hit me like a thunderbolt. I had to ask the guy next to me to pinch me to make sure I wasn't dreaming. I was afraid to approach her, but that night fate was on my side.
The man Elaine is dancing with gets a knife in his back. He tries to ascertain help from Elaine by pointing with both hands at his back, but Elaine thinks that this is just a new dance move and mimics it. He collapses and dies. Stryker begins to dance disco style with Elaine. Soon a crowd gathers to watch both Ted and Elaine dance in humanly impossible ways. The crowd cheers. Next, the bar is empty and it's the end of the night. Ted and Elaine are still there with the two women fighting at the end of the flashback.
We laughed, we talked, we danced. I never wanted it to end. I guess I still don't. But enough about me. I hope this hasn't been boring for you. It's just that whenever I talk about Elaine, I get so carried away. I lose all track of time.
Voicelady has hung herself.
Would you like to order dinner now?
Yes, Joy will have the steak and my wife and I will have the fish.
When can I see the cockpit, Dad?
Joey, I think the pilots are probably too busy flying the plane for that.
Aw, gee whiz.
I'll tell you what, Joey. I'll talk to the captain and see what I can arrange.
Gee, that'd be swell.
Would you gentlemen care to order your dinners?
Yeah, babe, slide a piece of that damn porter. Slide and sit thin and jabber.
I would like the steak, please.
Look here. Can I dig grease and butter on some dragon fruit gratin?
I'll have the fish.
Excuse me. I happened to be passing, and I thought you might like some coffee.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Oh, won't you sit down?
Oh, thank you. Cream?
No, thank you. I take it black. Like my men.
Well, you see...
Oh, sorry. To a different passenger, a new flashback reminiscent of the Blue Lagoon.
Oh, Ted, I never knew I could be so happy. These few months have been just wonderful. Tomorrow, why don't we drive up the coast to that little seafood place and... What's the matter?
My orders came through. My squadron ships out tomorrow. We're bombing the storage depots at Daiquiri at 1800 hours. We're coming in from the north, below their radar.
When will you be back?
I can't tell you that. It's classified.
Ted, please be careful. I worry about you so much.
I love you, Elaine.
I love you.
Returned from flashback, the passenger stabs himself to death. Flight 209er, this is Denver Flight Control. You are approaching some rough waters. Rough weather. Please climb to 42,000 feet.
Roger, Denver.
We have a visitor.
Hello.
Hey.
This is Captain Oveur, Mr. Murdock, and Mr. Basta. This is Joey Hammond.
Well, hi, Joey.
Come up here. You can see better.
We have something here for our special visitors.
Takes out a small model airplane for Joey.
Would you like to have it?
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Sure. You ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir. I've never been up in a plane before.
You ever see a grown man naked?
Do you want me to check the weather, Clarence?
No, why don't you take care of it? Joey, did you ever hang around a gymnasium?
We better get back now, Joey.
Oh, Joey can stay here for a while if you'd like.
Could I?
Okay, if you don't get in the way.
Flight 209 at Denver radio, climbing to cruise at 42,000. We'll report again over Lincoln, over and out.
Wait a minute. I know you. You're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You played basketball for the Los Angeles Lakers.
I'm sorry, son, but you must have me confused with someone else. My name is Roger Murdock. I'm the co-pilot.
You are Kareem. I've seen you play. My dad's got season tickets.
I think you should go back to your seat now. Joey, right, Clarence?
Nah, he's not bothering anyone. Let him stay here.
But just remember, my name is Roger Murdock. I'm an airline pilot.
I think you're the greatest, but my dad says you don't work hard enough on defense. And he says that lots of times you don't even run down court and that you don't really try except during the playoffs.
Hell, I don't. Listen, kid, I've been hearing that crap ever since I was in UCLA. I'm out there busting my buns every night. Tell your old man to drag Walton and Diner down there and the court for 48 minutes.
Joey, do you like movies about gladiators?
Elaine, just hear me out. I know things haven't been right for a long time, but it'll be different. Like it was in the beginning. Remember?
I remember everything. All I have are memories. Mostly, I remember the nights when we were together. I remember how you used to hold me and how you used to sit on your face and wiggle, and afterwards, how we'd watch till the sun came up. When it did, it was almost like each new day was made only for us.
That's the way I've always wanted it to be, Elaine.
But it won't be. Not as long as you insist on living in the past.
Stryker flashes back. You're too low, Ted. Too low. Now in a military mental hospital, random mental hospital conversations have been skipped. Stryker is painting a picture of a guy in the middle of an explosion holding a baby.
Okay, Robert, slip him down. This won't hurt much.
You got a telegram from headquarters today.
Headquarters? What is it?
Well, it's a big building where generals meet. But that's not important right now. They've cleared you of any blame for what happened in that raid. Isn't that good news?
Is it? Because of my mistake, 6 men didn't return from that raid.
7. Lieutenant Zip died this morning. The doctor says you'll be out in a week. Isn't that wonderful?
Wish I could say the same for George Zip.
Be patient, Ted. Nobody expects you to get over this immediately.
Hey, Stryker, how about a break? I'm getting tired.
Yeah, all right. Take 5.
We see that subject has been standing in a contorted stance with an explosion background exactly mimicking the painting Stryker has been working on while also holding a baby.
I have found a wonderful apartment for us. It has a brick fireplace and a cute little bedroom with mirrors on the ceiling and...
Hey there! I'm going down!
Captain Geline. He thinks he's a pilot still fighting the war.
From the tunnel, Johnson! It's this way! $25 for a cigarette ain't too much!
What's his problem?
It's Lieutenant Hurwitz. Severe shell shock. Thinks he's Ethel Merman.
Back to Hurwitz, who is now replaced with the real Ethel Merman.
You'll be swell. You'll be great. Gonna have the whole world on a plate. It's starting here, starting now. Oh, everything's coming up. Frozen.
She faints.
War is hell.
Would you like some coffee before we serve dinner?
No, thank you.
Would either of you like another cup of coffee?
Jamie Reed, mother too.
I will, but Jim won't.
I think I will have another cup of coffee.
Jim never has a second cup at home.
Excuse me, sister.
Yes.
There's a little girl on board up front who's ill, and
Oh, yes, I saw. Poor child.
could I borrow your guitar? I think maybe I could cheer her up.
Of course.
Oh, thank you.
She drags the guitar across the side of patients' heads.
Hi.
Emma, if you could read this mother.
Hi.
Do you mind if I talk to your daughter?
No, I think that'd be nice.
Hi, I'm Randy. I'm Lisa. You have a guitar. Uh-huh. I thought maybe you'd like to hear a song. I'd love to. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is one of my favorites. I've traveled the banks of the river of Jordan to find where it flows to the sea. I looked in the eyes of the cold and the hungry, and I saw I was looking at me. And I wanted to know if life had a purpose and what it all means in the end. In the silence, I listened to voices inside me, and they told me again and again, there is only one river, there is only one sea, and it flows through you, and it flows through me. There is only one people, one and the same. We're all one spirit, one name. We are the Father. We are one. We are one. We are one.
Little late tonight. We've been waiting for you.
Who wants to be first?
Go ahead, Clarence. I got her.
How's the weather?
Not so good. We got some heavy stuff ahead of us. It might be rough again unless we can climb on top.
Yeah, and after the war, I just wanted to get as far away from things as possible. Elaine and I joined the Peace Corps. We were assigned to an isolated tribe, the Molumbos.
Flashback to an African tribe.
They'd never seen Americans before. It was really a challenge during the year introducing them to our Western culture. At first, they didn't know what to think of us, but soon we gained their trust.
It will help you better prepare and store foods for the up-and-coming monsoon months. Also, Subway products are ideal for storing leftovers to help stretch your food dollar. This 2-quart seals them right container will keep hot dog buns fresh for days.
You must understand, these people had been completely isolated from civilization. No one had ever outlined a physical fitness program for them, and they had no athletic equipment. I started them on a simple calisthenics and slowly worked them up to rudimentary game skills. And finally, advanced competitive theory. I was patient with them, and they were eager to learn. They seemed to enjoy themselves. It was probably due to the advanced American techniques that we were able to bridge the generations of isolation, communicate so successfully with the Molumbos.
Molumbos start to play basketball like pros.
I think they're finally getting the hang of it. When we enlist, I'll teach them baseball.
Ted, I don't want to stay here. It's time for us to go back home to the plans we made before the war.
A lot of people made plans before the war, like George Zip. It was at that moment that I first realized Elaine had doubts about our relationship, and that as much as anything else led to my drinking problem.
Pours his drink on himself.